Hey there, Bourbon Street Joe here. This week, another twofer, which is odd or not depending on when I decide to release this video. I don't know. Anyway, this one shouldn't take too long. I'm comparing two rations, obviously from the same country. Very similar type, but kind of different. They are Chinese rations. So this is a KT-07. This is supposed to be a Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy ration. Now, I do have translations, which I'll put up over here and over there. And there's some sides, which we'll also put in briefly. However, this is just a simple ration. Now, I'm thinking when I bought it, they were listed as lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I did translate this bit here, and it just comes up as breakfast A, breakfast B, which is what I have here, and breakfast C. So these are apparently all the breakfasts. I don't know, even though they were billed separately or as individual meals. So that is 358 grams, or about 12.5, 12.6 ounces. Now this other ration I have is also a Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy KT-07 self-heating ration. So this one has a heater element inside of it, so that you can have a hot ration. 759 grams, or 1 pound 10.7, or almost 1 pound 11 ounces in this one. So this one is a breakfast. B, this one is a menu 6. This one is a dinner, I believe. That's before, it's a 2016, so I think it's a 2014 production date. Obviously shows you how to prepare the ration, what you're supposed to do with it. So basically, yada yada. This also has, like I said, it's got on both sides as well as this one. I will translate them at various times, throw them up, what have you. But I have translated the menus on both of these. They are kind of interesting, and that's the reason I brought out this one and this one specifically. Hang on a sec. I do have that written down. I just want to grab that quickly. Be right back. Okay, of course I had left my notes elsewhere, because that's how prepared I usually am. So we'll open and look at this one first. So it has a little pull tab here. And I had searched YouTube for some other reviews. That's what our inside of our box looks like. So I found one from Michael Green Reviews from the UK, and I also found one from Pete Reviews from Australia. And they had both said that they'd arrived in that basic packaging from China. Now this one is, I mean, the packaging is thin as heck, but it's not as beat up as both of theirs were. So I will translate that up here. That's those wonderful compressed food bars that we find pretty much through every Chinese ration, though I believe the latest Special Forces self-feeding ones didn't have them. Weak spoon, tiny little napkin, that can go up there. 20 grams of whatever the heck that is. This is a beverage correction. So check that. This is actually for your FRH, which is included. That's the water levels for your FRH, which they have all said is quite a large amount of water. And then as you can see, there's your heater elements here. So your menu for this one is, so this is supposed to be a pickled mustard, according to my notes. And in here is a red beans and rice, and also a 4 fresh yuba. Now yuba is it's also known as tofu skin, which is actually a byproduct of making soy milk. So they manufacture the soy milk, a skin forms over top of the soy milk, and they collect that off, dry it, and then they use it in dishes. So it's a dried soy milk skin. And I think this is the one that Michael Green got because... No, check that. This is the one that Pete got because he wasn't sure what it was, and he said it was quite squeaky on the teeth. You know, that feeling that you get when you're eating like cheese curds or like an extra firm tofu. I think this is this is the menu he got, menu 6. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Anyway, that's the self-heating meal. Now this one, the non-self-heating meal, again, you have the, as it's called in this one, functional dry food, which is weird because I don't even think that's on the menu for that one. But, yeah, I don't know, that character's the same. That one's the same. And again, very similar. So I'm assuming that those are both a form of it. Whether they're the same flavor or not, I don't know. This one is, if I can get a translation on that, I'm not sure. But there, a couple things are listed in this menu. That one's partially worn off, so that's probably not going to be viable. So there's functional dry food. There's supposed to be spicy kohlrabi. There's supposed to be shredded pickles, and I'm not identifying any of this as that. There is supposed to be chocolate and chewing gum, which is going to be that. What struck me as super weird is coffee. It's a Maxwell House coffee, and I'm guessing it's a 3-in-1, but I have done more than a few Chinese reviews, and I don't ever remember seeing a coffee in one before. I could correct myself, or I could be totally wrong. Same weak little, well, this is a spork instead of a spoon, but tiny napkin. And there's also supposed to be a beef jerky in here, and I don't know what that is then, because I don't think that's listed. But we'll get that heating, we'll get that cooking, and we'll break this stuff out, and we'll see where we get to from there. Back in a flash. There's 3 elements in there, and I did measure out the water from the bag, so it's about 125 mils. That's going to go in there. It is definitely room temperature water. I've lived through enough experiences with these Chinese heaters that you definitely don't want to use hot water because it kicks off like crazy. And what we're supposed to do is there. And then elevate. And see if that does anything. Okay, so it's been 15 or more minutes. Thought I'd give that the best chance of success. As you can tell by the massive amount of condensation, this thing kicked off like a hot damn, especially with those 3 individual heater elements inside, sandwiching our 2 pouches. Really trying to do this without spilling it or getting the pouches anywhere near myself, because not only are they hot, but they're also covered in our favorite residue. So try not to drip anything into a bowl or container. So this is our non-heating menu, or non-heatable menu, cold menu, whatever you want to call it. So taking a tour around the table here, we have our compressed food bars, we have our spicy kohlrabi, we have our shredded pickles, we have our really moist beef jerky, which is kind of odd, and biscuits or crackers that look like cookies, which again I don't remember seeing that listed, so a little different. I'm just getting the residue off that with my handkerchief. I did manage to find another, hey, that's warm, another one which is more of a tan color, but okay, so this is whatever pouch that is. So it could be our red beans and rice, or it could be our 4 fresh yuba. It smells pretty interesting. And the liquid, toasty. Empty. And that is our yuba. Again, because I've seen it before and I know what I'm looking at. So these are dried tofu skins that are having... So this is... That's some black fungus, which is a type of mushroom. So I'll be using my spork for that one, and I'll be using my older style spoon for the other one. And naturally everything's down at the tear notch, because why wouldn't you do that? To make it awkward and hard to open. And that is going to be our red bean rice. Red beans and rice. So I'm guessing that's kind of like a Nezuke bean. Nothing left. I'm sure Michael had a red bean and a green bean, and they were almost indistinguishable between each other. I've also got the pickled mustard. Which actually looks pretty similar to our kohlrabi. And then we had our right near the tear notch, of course. Ta-da! Which, I mean, honestly, if you put that next to that, it's the same thing. So, pop one of those out. And the smell on that is just kind of wheat. Not a lot of, like, flavor-wise, anything coming off that. So let's go. And I won't be doing the boiling water with this to make the porridge thing. I'm just, I'm not interested in that today. So try that. It's crumbly. It's powdery. Considering the age, not bad. Our Maxwell's a little colder than when I poured the boiling water into it, which was 150 mils. It's a little more bitter than like a Nescafe Sweet and Creamy. This has had time to dry off, so it's kind of glistening with fat, but not as moist as it was when I opened it. Considering it's wet, it's definitely as chewy as a dry beef jerky. Getting like a Szechuan peppercorn, like a mala or a numbing. They're not really strong. Flavor to it. Little metallic. Obviously, it's been in a foil pouch for how many ever years. Not super salty, not super sweet. Break one of these biscuity cookie things. That's absorbed some something from the pickle. It was touching it. So that's dry. Pretty much what you'd expect. This is our spicy kohlrabi. That's got heat. That's salty. Crunchy. It's pretty good. Again, this would go really well with a main. On its own. Shredded pickles. Soy. Definitely salty. Looks like there's some sesame seeds in there. Again, without something substantial, maybe soak it, gruel it, porridge, whatever you want to call it, and then have it with that. Bounce the entire world there. Again, not really interested in making porridge out of that. It's in the fire break for now. Almost identical flavor to that. Just powdery. Kind of sweet. Not a lot of savory. So with this one, there's no drink. So even though it's warm, self-heating, you've got nothing to wash this down with. So be that as it may, that is your mustard pickle. I'll attack this with a spoon. A little sour. There's no heat to that, but again, this is our red beans and rice and yuba skins. So let's try some of our rice. Definitely red beans. There's definitely no additional flavor in there. It's just bland. It just tastes like rice with, oddly enough, beans in it. And our yuba. So that's what dried tofu skin looks like. Not a lot of flavor, a little bouncy. I'm thinking that's bamboo shoot. Yep. Definitely bamboo shoot. Black mushroom, or again, woodier fungus. It's not, and then again, bamboo, but that's not as crunchy as I've had woodier in the past. Yuba's kind of falling apart. Pretty tasty overall. Yeah. Smoke it if you got them, and enjoy it if you don't. Honestly. Yeah, I'll tidy this up and be right back. Okay, we're cleaned up, and our self-heating is going to be 273 grams, or 9.6 ounces of trash. And our non-self-heating is 87 grams, or 3.1 ounces of trash. And we also have our two leftovers from our non, which is going to be a piece of chocolate, which of course is bloomed as heck. Inside's right. It's milk chocolate. It's sweet. And it's also minty. And I don't think it's supposed to be. I think this is because they've shared the same package for so long. This is leaked out into the chocolate, and you have a mint milk chocolate. So you get two little bricks, I guess. Yep. That's the flavor I'm getting in the chocolate. Just less intense. Wow. Anyway, that is a comparison of a KT-07 non-heating and a KT-07 self-heating People's Liberation Army Navy ration. I'm Bourbon Street Joe. Thanks for joining in. Bye. I'm out.